Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are still standing in front of Vashan, or once more standing in front of Vashan to continue our main story quest and see the ending through patch 6.55. Now, I will probably pull this episode or whatever follows, maybe it's 2 episodes, a bit forward, so they should be released before we see the end of a 6 point, what the story, the whole thing with Zero and Golbez is over by now. Anyway, Vashan. When one door closes. Desiree, one of my clerks was just here with a message for you. The students of Baldesia request your presence in Charlian at your earliest convenience. Indebted as I am to your friend, I had hoped that I too might be of service, but it is you alone that they require. If you have no pressing business, pray make your way to the Baldessian Annex at once. Ojika awaits your arrival. In the meantime, I shall continue showing Ashdaya the city. From notable landmarks to the people's lives, there's still much and more for her to see. Farewell for now, my friend. I look forward to the day we set forth on another adventure together. Bye. Now, when we finished patch 6.5, there were a few cutscenes, but I think I just cut in here now.
Everything appears to be in order. Oh, finished at last. So time-consuming. How nice would it be to have a mammoth to handle such tasks? Now then, let's have a look at you. Quite old, this letter. We'll need to store it carefully. Addressed to Grandfather, and come all the way from Tuliyolal, from a Gulu someone. Oh, the ink's too faded. Hardly anything is legible. Come on, give me something. A commission to investigate the Golden City in Tural. How odd. No one ever mentioned such a commission, nor have I seen any records. Something else in here. What an unusual earring. How does it relate to the petition, I wonder? Oh, did you go there, Grandfather? To the Golden City in Tural?
Back again already, after making a show of leaving. <sighs> 'Tis 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 ' Well, this is it, Charlene. Quite a far cry from Tuliyolal, yes? Come, let's go and find your candidate. Our adventurer friend.
Good. Oshika? A warm and hearty welcome to you, Desiree. I gather you received our message. Please wait here while I fetch Krile and Graha. How you do? Thank you for coming on such short notice. Forgive us for sending for you so soon after your trials in the void. Now, when we aren't actually the ones who require your presence, but Erenville. He stopped by recently, you see, and asked us to reach out to you on his behalf. Erenville. I imagine you're as surprised as we are, given that he was supposed to be away for a long expedition. Something must have necessitated a change in his plans. All he would tell me is that there is someone whom he wishes Desiree to meet. He also mentioned that he would be tending to business at the studium. Shall we look for him there? Bye-bye. Erenville's early return likely has something to do with his visitor. Who could it be, I wonder? Now then, where's Erenville?
Erenville!
Apologies for the wait. I hope I haven't called you away from anything important. I chanced upon some commissioned items at my destination, so I thought I might deliver them.
Where did you go? If
I may ask?
The New World. Tural.
You went to Tural? Then the person who you wish to introduce...
Aye, she hails from there. I present to you...
Apparently no one.
But it seems you've lost her.
Did she wander off?
Sorry. It's just so different here. I can't help but want to explore.
Well, while you were exploring, your candidate came to us. This is her, the adventurer you crossed the seas to meet.
Ooh, you weren't exaggerating. It's plain she's no ordinary woman. I'm Wuk Lamat, claimant to the throne of Tuliyolal.
Tuliyolal.
It's Tural's governing nation. The capital bears the same name.
I'll get to the point. I want you to come with me to my homeland.
Given the magnitude of the request, perhaps you should explain why you're making it?
Of course. Soon, an event of great import will be held in Tural. The Rite of Succession. Taking the form of a contest, it will determine who next ascends the throne. As daughter to its present keeper, I will participate. And I have every intention of winning. I was searching for champions to join me when Erenville told me about you. A mighty warrior who knows no fear, who sweeps aside terrible fiends as if they were reeds, who flew to the edge of existence and saved our star.
She asked who Eorzea's greatest hero was, and so I told her. Much more elegantly, I might add.
Now you know why. You'll come to Tural, yes?
Wait, let's all just slow down. Wuk Lamat, was it? You claim to be of the royal family, but is it not the Mamulja who rule in Tural?
Tuliyolal is a nation of many peoples. Not only the Mamulja, as some across the seas are quick to assume. That said, its present ruler is a Mamulja, and one blessed with two heads besides. He's also my father. Not by blood, obviously, but he raised me as his own, and that's what matters.
So that is the way of it. My apologies if I was indelicate.
Hardly. I know little about your land, and nothing about your parentage. But in my eagerness, I've gotten ahead of myself. I can't expect you to agree on the spot when we've only just met. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Just know, though, that if it's adventure you seek, you could do far worse than come with me. Now, this is only a rumor. But apparently, the contest will involve the fabled city of gold and the legendary beast, Valyarmanda. Tell me that doesn't pique your interest.
This is strictly a rumor, nothing more.
Well, the details of the contest have yet to be announced. But the rumors come from someone involved in the preparations, so I'd say there's more than a grain of truth to them.
I advise you not to put much store by these rumors. Golden cities are not but a dreamer's fancy.
Says the dreamer who was bent on finding one when he was a child. Just because you failed doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Tuliyolal and the Golden City. Just like in the letter to Grandfather.
Regardless of what the contest may entail, it'll be no simple thing. If I'm to triumph, I'll need capable and dependable companions. So let's go on a hunt together. There's no better way to get acquainted.
Those two must know each other for quite some time, because that looks really, I don't know, like a brother? Or someone who has known her all her life, and I just think, that girl again. A journey to Tural. That's the long and short of it. At the very least, I ask that you go on this hunt of hers and take a measure for yourself. So, where to for our hunt? The stronger the prey, the better. The chance to see not only Tural, but the fabled Golden City besides. This is the stuff of grand adventures, my friend. Which not to say you should hastily accept this invitation, mind. There's still a great deal we don't know. So let us begin to rectify that by first getting acquainted with our visitor in the manner she suggests. I'm not certain it might be a suitable location for a hunt, however. When I was at the guild earlier, I learned about a petition from researchers on the Isle of Harm. You went there not long ago and culled some unruly fauna, of course, but according to recent reports, other ordinarily local fauna have gone savage. I believe that they have been unsettled by some manner of predator, and so the researchers seek assistance with identifying and dispatching it. As part of your hunt, perhaps you might answer the petition? The isle isn't far. We will also be helping those in need. That would work for me. And just so you know, I've owned my skills against some of the fiercest beasts in Tural. Whatever this creature is, it better be able to put up a proper fight, or it'll end before we have a chance to get acquainted. Before we can prove ourselves capable and dependable companions. My apologies, but I must see to some preparations. Pray go on ahead to the isle. I will join you as soon as possible. Yeah, no idea. If the rest of you are ready, let us head to the harbor. This being guild ship business, it should be simple enough to secure a vessel. Krile was acting a little strange, don't you think? This is just a simple hunt. I wonder what preparations she needs to make. We have a loan of a ship from one of the captains, a cheery fellow. I can operate the vessel, so we don't need to trouble him to take us. So we have to take a ship? They've barely set foot on dry land. Oh well, I suppose it's for a good cause. Hunt! Come on, let's get going. Upon boarding the ship, several cutscenes will play in sequence. In addition, you will be required to participate in battle, or even a bit more. This is a hunt. This is probably half a dungeon.
From here, we must walk.
So much ice. It rivals even Tural. Ooh, a white bear. I wonder what it tastes like.
Remember, we're here to deal with creatures that have been deemed an unacceptable danger. Do not attack anything else unprovoked.
I know. I know. So this is the isle where ether literally bursts forth.
Aye, the Isle of Ham. The geysers lie deep inland, however.
You really are knowledgeable. Kona told me nothing about this place.
I doubt your brother managed to come out this way. He's like to have toured facilities like Labyrinthos, however.
The great big cavern under the city. It's amazing that they could make a sky down there complete with a sun.
This brother of yours, he has been to Sharlayan.
He has. Kona's my second older brother, and until recently he was a student in this city. He went on and on about technological amusements. It made me want to come here too one day. And so I did. I think I understood something of how he felt when I set foot in his beloved studium.
He went to the studium? Your brother must be quite a scholar. But I wonder, like you, he'd be royalty, yes? With such a personage coming to Sharlayan to receive an education would surely have caused a stir, yet I recall nothing of the sort.
He consulted with the head of the studium beforehand, that his identity might remain secret. Being Mikote, he had no trouble blending in. He's adopted like me, you see. One time, though, he almost let it slip to a professor. It was all he could do to parry the barrage of questions.
Having no shortage of questions myself, I can imagine.
Ask whatever you like. I don't mind. But I maintain, hunting together is the best way to get to know someone.
The researchers should be up ahead. Let's find them and learn what we can.
Search for signs of your prey.
The researchers should be just ahead. There. The building to the northeast.
So, ordinarily harmless creatures have grown savage.
Don't know what's got them riled up, but I'll take down any that thinks to try me. Right, let's hunt our fill.
I doubt the golems are edible, but you do you?
Look! Someone's in trouble!
Yeah, taste my axe.
These animals are usually so docile.
Are you alright? Yes, thank you. Oh, thank goodness you've come. I take it you're the one who answered our petition? Wait, are you? You are. Desiree, the adventurers saved our star. Who that our meeting was under better circumstances? I was conducting a routine inspection of a transporter here, and suddenly I found myself surrounded. You find more of the same across the chasm. Once docile animals grown strangely aggressive. My colleagues there can tell you more. If you give me just a moment, I can finish checking our equipment.
You really are famous.
And for good reason, as you'll soon see for yourself.
There, it should be safe to cross now.
Quite an interesting contraption you've got here.
Is that our petitioner? Let's go and have a chat.
If you've come to answer the petition, you should speak with my colleague here. The adventurer come to answer my petition, I presume? We are most fortunate to have one of your considerable skill here to aid us. A creature of unknown origin has been sighted on the island in recent days, and we believe its presence has affected the local fauna. The animals beyond this gate are the worst affected, and we've encountered thus far, though we dare not go back. Your task is to quell any threat you find, and search for traces of a beast responsible for all this. If you should find anything at all, we would be most grateful if you would share it with us.
I'll handle this.
Let's get started, she said.
Hold still.
Okay.
Is that all?
No.
Come on, let's pick up the creature's trail.
Ravaged beast remains torn to shreds by sharp
These
talons.
claw marks. I've seen their like before.
Struck down defending its territory, most like.
It's starting to feel like a proper hunt.
See no tracks to match those claw marks. Such marks would be too common in any case. There has to be a clue here somewhere. How large do you suppose it is? Plumage. You find feathers are scattered about the ground. There are signs of a fierce struggle.
Feathers. But did they belong to the predator or the prey?
So, how do you prefer our prey? Roasted or raw?
You presume it's even safe to eat?
So many strange plants you have here. Focus, you have no time for picking flowers. Animal leavings. A cloying stench of fresh leavings assail your nostrils. Whatever beast left them is likely still close by.
Still fresh. Whatever this beast, it cannot be far.
Do you suppose they're upset we disturbed their home?
Who knows? But if they're spoiling for a fight, then they've got one.
Let's head back and report what we found.
Can't jump. Sometimes these invisible walls are stupid.
Powerful wings and razor-sharp talons. Worthy prey.
Kill steal.
Ah! What is that thing?
Giant colibri.
It speaks?
It's heading towards the falls.
I'll stay with the researchers. The creature, I leave to you.
Thank you.
Come, Wuk Lamat.
Right. Just so we're clear, I wasn't startled by the beast earlier. It caught me by surprise, that's all.
So you were startled.
Forgive me, but I failed to see a difference.
I'm getting hungry. Let's be done with this so we can eat.
Caught me by surprise! Caught me by surprise!
Think you're clever, huh? I'll rip off that beak and roast you on a spit!
Looks more like a toucan than a colibri, but whatever.
Talk all you like, bird. I'm going to have the last laugh. Oh, I'm going to enjoy sinking my teeth into you. Ah, shut up already, you blasted bird!
Look out!
Ah.
I've never seen such an enormous colibri.
Not good. Quickly, gather together. I've got you.
That was too close.
Thanks.
Steady now. Damn it.
Spread out, everyone!
You pay for that. Thank you.
Bye, colibri.
That was hardly a tickle. Try this. Nothing to it. We have you now, you loudmouth bastard!
Throw everything you have at it.
and I had barely limbered up.
It was a terrible foe, but no match for your axe.
Not bad.
Only to be expected. You were pretty impressive yourselves. I was right to invite you on a hunt. But what a curious bird that was. Though we have similar in Tural, they don't grow so big or use such dirty tricks.
Can we please react?
Dirty tricks, dirty tricks.
Aye, dirty and despicable. Otherwise, I could have easily...
Leave this to me! Have at you!
Krile!
I am terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
She arrived as I was seeing the researchers to safety. It was all I could do to keep up with her after I explained what happened.
So this is what you meant by seeing to preparations?
She's wearing the earring.
After hearing of the contest, I thought how wonderful it would be to join you. In coming here, I wanted to demonstrate my skill at arms to Wuk Lamat. Alas, it seems I missed most of the action.
That was amazing! The piece didn't stand a chance!
I'm glad to have been of service.
May I ask what inspired this change?
You will recall the time you descended to the ethereal sea in search of Hydaelyn. Recognizing that my skills were inadequate, I chose to provide support from afar, rather than join you. It was the same when you set forth for Ultima Thule. How it pained me to stay behind, again and again. That's what inspired this change. Ever since the final days were averted, I've used every spare moment to hone my craft. As you all have adapted your methods to suit the circumstances, I started by considering how I might best contribute. And after much deliberation, I arrived at my answer. With the esoteric art passed down by the legendary Archon realm, Pictomancy.
And with that, Krile is the poster girl for that new job for the next expansion.
As I recall, you have embraced versatility to effectively complement a certain someone's style. What I do is much the same. Like you, I don't want to be left behind.
Indeed. I must say, you appear to be especially keen on being involved in the ritual of succession. Is there any particular reason?
Yes, there is. This letter from Tuliyolal. It was addressed to my grandfather Galuf and turned up among the students' archives. The ink was faded, so I couldn't fully make out the sender's name. Galul, someone.
Jaja. Galul Jaja. That's my father, the Dawn servant. What does the letter say?
While much of it isn't legible, it appears to be a request to investigate the Golden City.
A request to investigate the Golden City? From the Dawn servant himself?
Well, well. Seems it may be more than a rumor after all.
Being a member of the royal family, it was my hope that you could confirm the authenticity of this letter.
I can say for a fact that my father didn't write this. Given how culturally diverse Tuliyolal is, it was decided some time ago that a common language was needed. But instead of elevating an existing tongue and its speakers above all others, we looked to those widely spoken overseas and created an altogether new one. The similarities to your common tongue also make it quite easy to communicate in these situations, no? This letter, however, is entirely in Eorzean. If Father had written this, he would have been in Tural. What's more, it bears a wax seal. We don't bother with them.
So the letter is fraudulent, then?
Oh, I didn't mean to say that. My father's signature is genuine, as far as I can tell, so perhaps he simply dictated it.
I see. Oh, thank you for the confirmation. It seems my grandfather indeed had dealings with Tuliyolal. I can't help but be curious as to what exactly he was doing there. In order to help us decide on a course of action, would you mind if I asked you some questions about your home?
By all means. After all, learning about one another was the purpose of this hunt. We can talk while feasting on this fellow. I, for one, am starving.
We're eating that.
Thanks to Wuk Lamat, we now know who sent the letter to Grandfather, among other things, but many questions still remain. I understand Krile's feelings all too well. The desire to do one's part. It can be daunting to try and keep up, but nothing will change unless we take the first step. Ah, what an exciting hunt it was, and now it's time to savor the reward. With the wildlife pacified and researchers safe, our task is complete. That just leaves the matter of a colibri meat. For better or for worse, there's really only one place we can take it to, here in Sharlayan, the last stand. Come, let us see what Deacon can cook up for us.